Happy Thursday. How you doing, everybody? It is 7:23 p.m. and I just got done with a massively incredible workout. I had an inspection this morning first thing, so I was unable to get to the gym for leg day. And all day long, I was kind of bummed out and just like, well, shit. I'm not getting my second leg day in for the week. When am I going to be able to fit it in? I have to go and do cardio tonight. There's no way I can make time. And then I realized that lack of time and all the other factors that were running through my head are absolutely no excuse. So I got off of work and I took a scoop of pre-workout and I hit the gym hard and I killed it. Killed legs for an hour and then I did 50 minutes of cardio, alternating incline walking with slowing it down to one speed and doing incline lunges for a minute at a time. I did supersets today, rep range between 12 and 15. Lots and lots and lots of lunges. My glutes are on fire, needless to say. I really hope that I can keep on leaning out my legs. I was thinking about it today, going through and looking at other competitors kind of for inspiration, and realizing that, how much hard work and dedication it's going to take over the years for me to be able to lean out and get the legs that I really want. Like, thinking back for the past decade or more that I've been lifting, the one thing I've always really, really, really wanted is my legs to come in strong, and it's all time and cardio and diet for me. I'm really strong. I have the muscle mass there. You can't lift for as long as I've been lifting and not have the muscle mass there. But I carry my weight in my lower body. So studying the different body types that are out there and seeing like a lot. I read a lot of interviews on simplyshredded.com today, and of course I've been through pretty much all the interviews on bodybuilding.com, and seeing examples of people's, the women's workout and training and cardio and diet, and just seeing how everything's balanced, studying them and seeing really how they get their results. And for someone like me, who's just naturally carries around more mass, I put on size so easily. It's effortless for me to put on weight, effortless for me to put on muscle mass. I have to kind of approach things a little bit differently than I see a lot of females online who are training to do bikini. A lot of what I see is hard gainers, and not a lot of what I see is for people like me. So I'm kind of trying to put the pieces together and figure it out. My background in my degree certainly helps. I understand the science of it really, really well. So it's just identifying. But I found a couple of females today that I had never heard of before, and I'm just going to keep an eye on them and see how they progress and see what they do. And then hopefully in a year or two, I'll be able to achieve what they have. And I think that's really, really cool. That was kind of my source of motivation today. I'm recording tonight because I just kind of wanted to do a midpoint 3.5 weeks out check-in on how I'm doing, and the kind of how my diet went, because when I updated on Saturday, I didn't know what was going to happen when I got to the week-long cutting water weight, no carb thing. Well, come to find out, things were going so well that we just decided to keep my diet as is, and we're just going to go all the way through. I've lost a couple more pounds. I like what I'm seeing in the mirror still. Of course, I have my moments where I hate what I see in the mirror, feel completely inadequate, but then I kind of slap myself upside the head and I keep going, or I really reach out for somebody else to slap me upside the head and then I keep going. I am working really, really hard. It's getting a lot harder for me to manage my mood swings and my anxiety. There was 3 or 4 day period where I was not sleeping very well. It took me forever to get to sleep at the end of the day. And it was right around day 5, day 6 of the super low carb. My anxiety went through the roof, and I would just have bouts of it. Laying in bed at the end of the day when I had nothing to keep me busy, it was the worst time because the wheels would just start going, and I would be up until almost midnight, and then getting up at 4:30 to go and train, plus working all day long. I was getting worn out. I was getting really, really, really worn out, and it was kind of like a catch-22 situation. So for a couple of days, I stopped doing any kind of technology. At the end of the day, I got in bed and I read, and I didn't look at the clock. I didn't try and force myself and say, hey, you need to go to bed now. I just read until my body calmed down, and I literally would put myself to sleep. I fell asleep with the book like laying on my chest a couple of nights. So that was really, really good. Also, I've started paying even closer attention to my meals and when my anxiety attacks slash mood swings would come. And I identified today for sure, I like nailed it down. It's like clockwork. Anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour after I eat. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, whether I'm driving, listening to music, sitting at work, talking to someone, on my phone, whatever I'm doing, it's like clockwork. Right around an hour after I eat, I get anxious. All of a sudden, my thoughts just start going around my head like crazy. They start bombarding me. Normal motivational things. Suddenly, like, I look at them from a negative perspective. I just get a rush of negativity. And it's really overwhelming. And it lasts anywhere from 10 minutes to about maybe a half hour. The longest today was about 40 minutes of being really negative. I don't know how else to describe it besides that, because that's really what it is. It's like a huge shadow just comes and sits on my head, and I'm just like, I don't want to think these things. I'm proud of myself, like nobody wants to go through that. So, but sure enough, if I wait it out and I survive it, it kind of takes me over that hump, and then next thing I know, it's an hour or so until I get to eat again, and that like immediately boosts me up, something to look forward to, and I think that's really the psychological part of it, is having something to look forward to. The anxiety kind of starts a little bit in the back of my head when I finish a meal. And it's like, oh man, well, I'm done now, but I'm really hungry and I really want to eat more. And then it's like, meal is like the start of a marathon. And then the halfway point is like the middle of the marathon, where you don't know if you're going to make it. And you get overwhelmed, you get tired, you get hungry, you get worn out, and you start to break down mentally. And then, all of a sudden, that last quarter of a marathon or the last couple of miles, you're like, yes, I'm almost there. You get that rush of motivation, you keep going. That's the only way I can think to describe it. That's exactly how it is. So now I know that there is a pattern to it. I feel less crazy. I know it's tied to my blood sugar levels and my hormones, and I know to anticipate it now. And that is something that I would say to other competitors out there at this point, in your diet. Once you start having this trouble psychologically, and it just seems like every day is dragging, and it seems like the 2.5, 3 hours between meals is just an absolute hell. Things that helped me out: keeping cute, funny pictures around. That helps. People around me, people I work with every day, they know what's going on. And I have my one friend is really cool with, in that he kind of lets me pick on him a little bit. So I would start to get like anxious or something like that, and I can just kind of look at him and steal his water bottle and like hide it somewhere. Or I can scribble something on a piece of paper and fold it up into an airplane and throw it at him. You know, anything that I can think of that kind of gets me distracted slightly, something playful, something fun, something to lighten the mood, because that's what it is. The second it starts to be really, really heavy on top of me, I need to fight back against it and keep the mood around me, like inflate my bubble of light and silliness. So funny pictures, cute pictures, favorite music, picking on a friend. Pinterest is really good for stuff. Instagram too. Depends on the time though, because sometimes Instagram or body space can make that time worse, depending on how I'm feeling. If it's really super, I don't feel like I'm good enough, going and looking at other people for inspiration. No, 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 no. Go to your own pictures. Go to your own blog entries, your own journal. Focus on your journey, where you started, where you are now. Don't compare yourself to other people. It will make it worse. So, yeah, those are probably my biggest tips for other competitors that are doing that right now. You're not alone. Don't think you're crazy. Don't think you're crabby and bitchy or anything else like that. It's natural. It's normal. I want to do a little bit more research and then do another post later about the actual science behind it. But now that I've identified it, that's something I can do, and oh, it makes me feel so much better knowing that I can't anticipate it, and I know it's going to happen, and it already at 3/4 of the battle right there. Is planning for it, like getting ready when the weekends are hard for me as well, because I don't have that set routine of work, and I don't always know what the weekend is going to bring, so I have to wake up and get my meals prepped for the day just as if it was a work day, so I don't need to think about it. I can just grab it out of the fridge and go. If I'm leaving the house, I take my meals for the day with me, so that there's no chance of a quick trip out for tanning or a quick trip out for coffee turning into a day-long shopping trip, and then all of a sudden I'm stuck without food. You need to anticipate, you need to plan, always be absolutely diligent. Staying on top of this lifestyle is a challenge. Staying on top of achieving your goals is a challenge. And I found that goals are wonderful. Goals are vital in fitness and health, to be the best that you can be, but commitment to it is a completely different ballgame. Actually achieving those goals, actually being committed, you're gonna be different. You're gonna be the different one in the group of people. You're gonna be the one that people kind of look at and you're like, you're eating out of a Tupperware container. You have a protein shaker in your hand. You are in 5-finger Vibram shoes instead of really cute flip-flops. You know, we have to accommodate where we're going to eat because there needs to be something on the menu for you. You're going to be that guy if you're serious, and you need to be okay with it. You need to be okay with it. You need to be okay with the fact that you're waking up every morning and the first thought in your head is, what am I going to do today to be a badass? And stick to it. Don't let anything shake you off your path. All of that being said, it is quite remarkable to think of the fact that I just spoke about all of that for 15 straight minutes, roughly, when a couple of months ago, I never would have saw myself doing that, and I never would have believed it possible for me, hot mess that I am, to be able to stand up here and speak about motivation when just a very short time ago I was one of the most demotivated and overwhelmingly sad and excuse-ridden human beings I've ever encountered. But let me be living proof that you can reform and you can change your stars, you can change your path, you can change your life. And from here on out, just need to keep going. You need to keep going. I need to keep going. Picture your goals, big, shining, bright light at the end of the tunnel, and keep moving forward. No matter what, don't let anything stop you. I will try and record another video again this weekend after my progress pictures and everything get posted. I have another posing seminar to go to on Sunday. Gonna go and hang out with the girls, put on our teeny tiny little bikinis and our heels, and do our thing. And you all have a wonderful, wonderful night, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.